Inspire Moment with Jumoke. My name is Jumoke and this program is powered by the Inspire Design School of Fashion. I want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are joining us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Alright, in today's class we'll be learning how to make a dungarees. Okay, the picture I showed you before the beginning of this class, that is what we'll be making. In my previous classes, I made a 3-episode class on how to make a pant. So the first episode was how to take accurate measurement for making pants, and then we drafted the front and the back pattern. So if you have not watched it or you don't have your pant pattern ready, you need to get that, because I won't be going over that. I already have the pants part of my dungarees is already sewn, is ready. So what we'll be doing now is drafting the top part, which we are going to attach to the bottom. So let's get started. For that, you're going to be needing your basic bodice pattern, the front and back. You can also check my previous videos for how to draft this if you don't know how to draft it yet. All right, so let's start with the front. It's very simple alterations. Okay, it's a dungarees and or a pinafore kind of stuff, even though it's with a pant, so it's a dungarees, I think. All right, so let's begin. The first thing I'm going to do, let me take my marker so that you see clearly. The first thing we're going to do is to come to the shoulder area and find the midpoints. Okay, so from the midpoint, I'm going to measure 1 inch on both sides, which will be the size of my strap. If you want your strap bigger than that or smaller than that, just use whatever value. So I have a strap of 2 inches. At the center front here, I'm going to come up by 3 inches and then connect the first line to create a very deep V neckline. Okay. All right, so for the other one here, I'm going to use this hip curve to create a slightly curved line that will pass over, behind the dart here and come to the end, the beginning of the dart leg here. If you want, you can do a straight line, but making it a little bit slightly curved makes it finer, I think. So that's it. So that's my pattern for the front. I'm just going to cut it out. Okay, I want this pattern to be useful, don't mind me. So I'll just fold it out because it's foldable. So that I can use this pattern for something else. Alright. But if it's going to give you trouble, just cut it out, please. No paper is worth that much stress. Okay. All right. So this is my front pattern, and this part here, this straight part is going to be on fold, so that when I open it up, I have a V shape. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this, which will be the lining piece and the main piece, but I'm using same fabric for the lining and the what's it called, and the main fabric. So I'll cut 2 pieces. We'll cut this on fold. So let's go to the back. The same thing we did for the front, we're going to do, find the midpoint and measure 1 inch on both sides of the midpoints. So the first line here, which is the one closest to the neckline, I'm going to take it all the way down to the center back, creating a very, very, very deep neckline. Okay, now for this, I want to take care of these darts. Okay, let's see. There are 2 ways I can do it. I can shift it to the armhole here, so that it's out of my way as I'm drafting, or I can shift it to the shoulder So let's see, maybe I'll shift it to the shoulder. Let's see which one will work best. So first, let me draw my lines. Okay, from here, I'm going to draw a straight line. I want to make the line a little bit curved. Let's see, I don't know if this ruler will work. I want to make it a little bit curved from here to the edge of the armhole here. I think I'll just use a free hand because I want it very curved and I don't have a curved ruler that will work for what I want. So this is how I want it to be. You can actually create any shape you want. Now I want to take this dart out of the way. So I'll simply extend this line, draw a slash line that will touch this line. So I'll cut this. So then I'll close the darts. So therefore, I'm opening up this side. If you've attended my dart manipulation class, you understand this. This part, how we shift darts very easily. Okay. So basically, I've closed the dart, and since I don't even need this part of my pattern, I don't have to worry about the darts that have been shifted there. So this part of my pattern is not relevant to me. Neither is this other part relevant to me. So this is my back pattern, back. So mark this one a downward arrow so that you know this is a down part and this is a shoulder. Okay, it's much more important for the front. Okay, this is up, although by the time you cut it you actually know. Then you know that this is a front, center front. Here is this, I like using different color marker. This is the center back. So this is the two pieces of our pattern that we'll be needing. I'll just cut this one out, two pieces. This one, you know, is the back is in pieces, so I'm going to cut four pieces of this. Basically what you are going to do is to fold your fabric into two and cut twice, so that you don't make, if you're cutting it separately, you are cutting four pieces separately, there's a tendency for you to make a mistake, because you know this thing is a pair, the other one here is a pair. It must be upright and just match each other. So when you fold your fabric into two and you place your pattern on it, you're able to cut the pair correctly. So let's cut out the pieces, then I'll show you how to join it to the to the pants. I've cut out my pattern pieces. This is for the front, and remember this is center front, so that when I open it up, this is what I have. Okay, so I've cut two pieces, one for the main and the other one is for the lining. Okay, you notice the difference in the design. I've cut the design to match what I have on my pants. So this is the main one. You can see yellow, just for you to rhyme. So this is how it's going to be attached to the pants. But before we get them, let's talk about the back also. So for the back, we have four pieces, two each. So which one is the right side? Okay, this is it. This eye is going to, it's going to look like something like it's a V. Okay, so that's it, and the other one will be for the facing. So what we're going to do now, what I was explaining the other time is, when you want to cut it, you fold your fabric into two, so that you cut this together like this, so that is a pair and you don't mix things up. So I'm going to take this is a the main material. Let me be sure so that I don't mix it up. Okay. So this is the lining piece. I'm going to join this at the shoulder. Join both, just like the way you join your upper bodies. And remember, when you are cutting your pattern, remember to add your seam allowances all around on all the sides, everywhere, even the neckline. You put seam allowance. Okay, so I'll do the same thing for the lining piece. Join it at the shoulder. And one more thing, you'll notice that I've added my interfacing to the fabric. You should use a very light interfacing to give it structure, okay, so that everything stands very well. Okay. Yeah. So once we join the lining and the main at the shoulder, we're going to open it up like this. Open it up. Place it on top of each other. Then we're going to stitch. Use your pin to hold it down so that everything stays where it's supposed to stay. Then, this is basically the neckline. You're going to stitch. Oh, I've made a mistake here. I've made a mistake. This is not the neckline. Remember, for the back, that's the side. So you have to be very careful. Make sure you don't make that kind of mistake. So let me be sure that I have the pattern correctly on. Okay. So sorry, let's just make sure we are not making mistake. Okay, so this is how it is. I'm holding pin in my mouth. This is how it is. So when I want to join it, this is how I'm going to join it. So if you have to arrange it like me first, do so that you don't make a mistake. Okay. If your fabric, if there's no special pattern on it, it's easier. You don't have to be putting it together. Just know where the front is. Where the neckline is. The neckline is where we have at the back. We have the deep V, and then we have the deep V in front, and we have the deeper V at the back. Okay, the back is separated because we cut our V all the way down, but the front is joined because we didn't go all the way down. So once that is done, we're going to place the lining on top and then stitch the neckline. Remember to join this also at the shoulder first. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, you're going to stitch around the neckline. Then you notch it, open it up and top stitch. Then you stitch the side seam close, or the armhole area close. So what you will have left is the waistline here and here. Then we'll turn it out. So let's quickly join it together. The last thing we'll do is to attach it to our pant, and then our pant is going to have its zipper at the back, because it's the back that will have this opening. So it's easier for us to put the zipper at the back. You can also put it on the side, but the back is much more better. So we'll put a zipper at the back, join this, then we'll come back and piece it together. Here is the piece after joining all the sides. So this is what it's going to look like. This is the back that is open, and this is the front. Okay, make sure you iron it very well. Then the last thing we'll do is to attach it to the pant, and like I said, I've attached my zipper at the back. I also put a patch pocket on my pant. That is just easy called the patch pocket. I think in one of my previous classes, although the patch pocket was made on a dress, but it's the same technique. So I've taught on how to do that. So find the mid, and with this the pattern on my fabric, it's easy to note where the midpoint is, because the way I placed it. So the midpoint is where the yellow and the pink meet. So I know where the midpoint is. Just going to match it up. This is the front part. So we'll stitch it to the band or to the waist of the pants. Make sure you don't take too much in, otherwise your pant will be short. When drafting the pant is drafted from the natural waistline, and our basic bodies too, the length is from the natural waistline, because if one of the pants or the top is too short, that's when you have difficulty sitting with your jumpsuit. So make sure you have the correct length. Make sure that your basic body starts from where your pants, the waist of your pants ends. That's what I'm trying to say. Then this is the back. In attaching the zipper, make sure that it's not all the way to the top, as in you have that free part there. So I'm just going to turn it and stitch. And see, this is the way I'm letting my zipper lie flat. I'm not opening it up like this because I'm not using any lining piece to turn it. But if you're going to use lining piece, just follow the same process you follow for a dress or a jumpsuit. If you really want to have a deeper knowledge about making pants and jumpsuits, you can join our online class where we have detailed classes on how to make different kind of pants and jumpsuits. But this is something you can easily make even without any prior knowledge of sewing or sewing jumpsuits. Just follow the pattern. And like I said earlier on, you can find patterns for the basic bodies on my YouTube channel, and you can find pattern for making the pants. So once you have all those patterns, you are good to go. So that's it. So what we're going to do now, once we've done the stitching, we're going to overlock all the edges, then turn it down this way like this and stop stitch round, so that we can use it to turn down the edge that doesn't have any covering, like that part of the front. So it's as simple as that. Our dungarees is ready. This can be made for any age group. So practice it, and please share with me on our Facebook group, the Inspired Design School of Fashion. I would really love to see what you are doing, or you can share it on our Telegram channel, Inspired Moments with Jumoke. So until we meet next time, don't stop practicing, stay inspired. Bye.